And we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a quick podcast update. It's kind of something we were kicking around post Necronomicon. I feel like we probably should have done this maybe like right after we got back, but we're here now. And I've got a special guest tonight.
Shut the fuck up. I know I haven't been on in a while. I've been very remiss.
Yeah, we have Vince tonight with us. We're talking about some things going on with the podcast and whatnot. I don't think this will be a real long show tonight. It's kind of late on the East Coast for him, but we talked that we had a Necronomicon wrap up. Was super successful for us. It was a lot of fun. It was a great show. You didn't make it to that show that night. You have any thoughts on Necro before we move on to some other stuff?
I got nothing. No, Necronomicon every year or every 2 years, it seems to get really, really cool, much better and better. I don't know. We were on 2 panels. That was fun. I didn't say too much. I said a little bit. But it was fun being around everybody, enjoying the energy of the room. The fucking camaraderie was good. I think that's the best part for me is seeing everybody wandering around the town, seeing all the Lovecraft sites, eating and drinking and just hanging out. I mean,
did you do a lot of drinking?
The con is really an excuse to do such. So, yeah,
that's usually the case. Although we did not play any games, so we went to a convention, didn't play any games again.
It's not that kind of convention.
Well, their gaming gets a little bit bigger every year. This year they had the Extra Life thing. They had
that's why they put them in the penthouse all the way in the fucking top where no one can find them because nobody cares.
It is unfortunate they're all the way it's top, but I guess it's a big open area. I guess that must be why they're up there.
Probably.
Well, and the ballroom's up there too.
You what?
The ballroom is up there too.
I always forget about that. I don't know if I've ever visited that ballroom. I passed by it.
I think that's where they do the prayer breakfast.
Oh,
fuck, that ballroom, right?
That's right, the grand ballroom. That I'm sorry, but the prayer breakfast is a piece of shit. You hear this? It's a complete waste.
It's the pageantry. It's the spectacle.
Well, I shouldn't say that. The actual ceremony itself is kind of cool. It's esoteric. It's really cool. But the whole food thing, fuck that noise. I'm not standing in line for 15, 20 minutes to get stale bread and cold bacon and soggy fucking cold eggs. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. So
yeah, we did it in 2015. The pageantry of it is fun. Cody's great.
Cody Goodfellow is fantastic.
But the food aspect is not fantastic. I mean, I guess unless you get up there early, you're one of the first people, maybe. It's something to do if you've never done it before.
No, it's not. You watch someone's fucking Periscope or some shit. Just do that. You're fine. And then sit and eat your own warm breakfast.
Yeah.
Fucking toast and marmalade and shit.
Yeah. I picked up some organic grape preserves or something at the grocery store this afternoon. My kid picked up a thing of like grape jelly, so I went to use it because I like the natural peanut butter. So I'm like, I'll make a sandwich. I'll throw some jelly on there. It's like sucrose, high fructose corn syrup, preservatives, chemicals. I'm like, well, I'm gonna throw this out.
Pretty much
defeats the purpose of having like the organic peanut butter and shit. So I was like, well,
you might as well just drink bleach.
It's terrible. Oh, shit. Well, one of the cool things that came out of Necronomicon this year is actually pre-Necronomicon, actually, but solidified a little bit more when we got to Necronomicon. Is it looks as if, and we're currently working towards a Kickstarter for early next year. Until we lock down all the details, I'll be vague about it. It is weird fiction, Lovecraftian related because it's coming out of Necronomicon, so that should be a given. So we're excited about that. I've taken a couple of calls. We've discussed things, Kickstarter related things and stuff. So we have those things in the works.
And there's a really cool artist involved, and that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Someone who we've had on the show before. So double T's.
You have to go back and watch all the fucking episodes, jackasses.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. We're hoping we can pull it off. There's quite a few things that need to be done, prior to getting that underway. We have to put things on a better footing with Legends specifically. And we're in conversation with people that we want to have involved with the project. We've got a couple of people. I should probably mute my phone.
That's probably a good idea. You bastard.
Which I forgot to do. So we have a couple of people theoretically on board already, so that's pretty exciting. So that's one of the things we've got going on. We're the schedule's changing a little bit. Some of the nitty gritty with the podcast itself is going to change a little bit. So Jesse pointed out we had a double intro. And then when I really thought about it, I found out we had a triple intro to the podcast because we have our guest bumper, our music bumper that has Vince and I on it. And then obviously we introduce the show when it starts. So it seems a bit excessive. So we've cut out. So now the intro music is just going to be music. And then we'll introduce the shows live as they're starting. Still a double, but we're cutting out that. So intro music will change a little bit. The music is the same, but the presentation is a little different. I realize that our cycle for games is, 5 games. It's a 10-week cycle, so it's like 2.5 months, which is crazy.
It's out of hand.
It's not the way to do it. Fandible kind of had a cycle similar to that, where they would play like a bunch of different games and sort of cycle through. And I won't say that I haven't been stealing ideas from both Fandible and RPPR, because if you're gonna emulate people, emulate some of the best that have been doing it for absolutely forever.
Oh my god!
So there you go. But due to certain circumstances and things that we've discussed, we're
flip.
Yeah. Which nobody will get because I added all that stuff out. But the D&D actual play is going to go away. We ended that cycle, kind of wrapped up an adventure. I think we wound up running 7 sessions. That's going to free me up for a bunch of time.
No, we're still playing, but you fucks can't see it. So
yeah, we're not going to record anymore. So that saves me a bunch of time on editing. It tightens up our cycle. One of the other things that I'm looking at doing is running our Cypher system game, releasing those actual plays weekly. I have talked to Jesse about trying to help me get some of that stuff edited, sort of take weight off a little bit. We're going to see if that works. I'm not fully committed. So we may wind up still having like an 8-week cycle, two sessions per game, 4 games. So we'll see how that works out. I kind of want to get, some extra content out and have something extra available for you guys every week. But again, that's kind of in the wind. We're going to see if it works. Because once we start doing it, I don't want to pull back from it. So we'll see what happens with that. We've been doing interviews weekly, sometimes, multiple interviews for a week for, like solidly for the last 2 years. That is a very, very hard thing to keep going. So we're going to step that back a little bit, although you won't see that in the schedule right away. Hey, Dave's in the chat. What's up, Tony? What's going on? Yes, we will. I'm totally up for playing games with you. You're like 47 hours ahead since you're in Australia, so you'll have to try to figure out a time schedule for that. Fiasco would be something good like that, or maybe like Lasers and Feelings, or some kind of light system game would be cool.
What?
Yeah, well,
I don't want to know.
You probably don't want to know. So Leah's doing a great job for us. She's consistent with her interviews. She usually gets somebody in, every month, she's doing game reviews. She's got another Steam code coming up. We'll have another giveaway for that. We have another giveaway. I think we're gonna do during our Cypher Sim game next week. I think it is the 14th. So we're going to step back from that a little bit. My goal is to have 2 interviews every month, kind of stretches our cycle out. And if we can offset that with some extra Cypher System games every week, I think it'll kind of balance out. If we do have interviews that are available, stuff that comes up, whether it's Kickstarter or otherwise, we can definitely, we're available to do interviews. But again, to try to save some time for me, I'm going to try to take a step back from that a little bit. So right now we're looking to have Leah do 1 interview a month, and then, some combination of myself and or Vince, we'll have another interview out. Another thing that we're looking at, what I'm looking at because I'm stupid and I can't seem to leave well enough alone, is we do some game reviews, mostly in conjunction with Kickstarter things that we get in. Actually, I just received yesterday a copy of Carcosa, which was successfully funded by, I don't have the box in front of me, Elephant Games. Nigel, thank you for sending that over. So I'm going to get a review up for that. But what I am looking at doing is going to a video style review, kind of like, Watch It Played or Let's Play or Rado or something along those lines. I'm planning on only doing that like once a month because, again, it's just a shit ton of work.
That's fine because I get to edit it.
Yep. So we're getting Vince. That way I don't have to learn an editing program, purchase software. And
I'll put that right in there. I had like a dildo in there. So
I guess I'll have to approve these before they're released, I guess.
Probably.
So that's something in the works. I don't have a time frame for that, but I think if we do that, we can maybe. What's that?
Towards Christmas, holiday season.
It'll probably be before that. Again, because I don't have any self-control in these matters. I'm looking at taking it, not just like shooting videos here at my kitchen, but involving one of our local game stores. I have to get up there and talk to them to see if they're amenable to something like that. So it could morph into a whole nother project, which is stupid because like each aspect of the show is like its own thing. Like interviews could be a show, actual plays could be a show. Obviously people make a living, doing the game reviews by video. So yeah, we have our hands on a bunch of different things. We've talked about some other projects as well. The Kickstarter, would push us more towards not just podcasts, but production.
Yeah, and then we have another possible Kickstarter, but we can't even. That's super secret. We can't tell you about that either.
Well, we have a game thing. So I talked to Sean Epperson of Thing 12 Games about a card game that, again, sort of was spawned at Necronomicon. It's just like one of those things when you start talking to people and you're like, shit, why aren't we doing, this thing? So, you make some phone calls and, set up some hangouts and you start to get some things in the works and, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. That one's a little bit farther out. That would be like, maybe towards the end of next year. If we could get that going, development might take a little bit longer. So I'm not sure. Again, no time frame on that. Again, a lot of stuff comes down to schedules and time, and it's just it's crazy. So so some cool things coming up. Things I'm pretty excited about. As always, it's just cool to have such a wide variety of guests on, and just have the ability to interact with so many different people. It's been such a reward in itself. It's like, hey, we're thinking about a Kickstarter, and there's like 4 people are like, oh, if you need anything, just let us know. Just give me a call, shoot me a text, or message me on Facebook.
It's a pretty good supportive community.
Yeah, and I again, it's doing this sort of stuff, not tonight sort of thing, because it's just two of us. But having people on and being part of the community is such a reward in itself. Not that we're pushing anybody's Kickstarters over, a funding limit or anything like that, but to have people on and have support people doing things that they invest a lot of time in and stuff, is just so cool to be a part of that and try to help people out. In some way to be a part of that is pretty cool, and a worthwhile reward in itself. I've always looked at the podcast sort of as a business. It's one of those things that's never going to be 100%. Like, I would never be like, this is the best it could ever be, and we're perfect at doing what we're doing. No, that's never. So there's always it's always a work in progress. I think from when we started, we've come a long way from where we were. Our interviews are much better than they were when we started. The actual plays are getting better and better. Sound effects now, and the editing's fairly tight, if I have to say so myself. And it's a lot of fun. It's fun to play a lot of games, and we've got a lot of people involved, and it's been a tremendous amount of fun. I just foresee this going on for a long time because it is enjoyable. As long as I can, keep Neil running games. He's running like half the shows now. So as long as we can, keep him going, we have to keep him in, coffee and whiskey, I guess. But we're running. Oh yeah, John, the tightest. We got all people associated with the show watching. Come on, geez, guys. We're going to be adding John from our Cypher system game. John, what are we calling him? John the second, I guess, or Junior maybe, is going to be joining our Day Trippers game, which we're trying to get back on a more regular schedule. He's the editing. No, the editing perv. I get it. I feel you. So we're looking forward to that. John's a great role player, and we're looking forward to expanding the it's John 2 beta is what we're calling him. So we're excited to get John into the other game and getting that on a more regular schedule. Todd's a real fun GM to play with. Day Tripper's a really bleedy game, so it's a lot of fun to be a part of, because it's not like D&D where you're like, oh, I'm the master of everything and we kill all the stuff. It's like, oh no, like this secret, or it's a lot more. It's very indie game-ish, I guess. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're playing that on the 17th, so that'll be coming up soon. Mm-hmm. It'll be John's debut for that, and then we'll pick up where we left off there. Obviously, edit that part out because that's kind of dumb. I don't. Jeez, what else we got going on? I'm playing tons more board games. So that'll be good for the video aspect review things going on. Mm-hmm. I guess, Vince, your other book is close to being completed, so you've got another novella coming out soon.
Yeah, it's pretty much done. I'm in the editing process, and I just kind of started the third one. I have no title. That's actually the hardest part, at least for me. It's like, what the fuck do I call this shit?
It's like coming up with a character name.
I know, right? Yeah, seriously. Well, character names weren't too hard, and I've got some new characters in the second one, some historical characters, which I think people will like. I had. It's funny. I had to go back and add in action scenes, because when I went through it, I realized it was all dialogue and description and backstory, explaining some things and just some description. I'm like, wait a minute, this is fucking boring. I mean, well, not boring, but like, wow, there's no meat here. So when I went back in and added some, it's like 2 or 3, I think 3 really cool action scenes.
Cool.
So story along, kind of intertwine them in there. So that'll be hopefully out by the holidays. And I'm working on slowly but surely 3 other writing projects. They're in various stages of completion. It's like it's like my reading habits. I never can read one book at a time. I always have like 14 books on the nightstand.
I can't do it.
Or in the car or something, and I'm just going through them all. And I've actually been reading a lot of nonfiction lately, and only recently getting back into fiction.
Yeah.
So I find myself working on many different projects at once, which is probably not the most ideal situation to be in, because like you just got to get one done and move on to the next. But my mind just doesn't work like that. So I've given up trying to shoehorn myself into that and just go with what I've been doing. So, but yes.
No, it's as long as all the projects are moving forward, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just takes a little bit longer to get stuff done.
It's a lot slower. There's progress. I do a little bit every day.
Yeah. And you've got something coming up. You've got a project for the DMs Guild as well, right?
I do. I have to get with the artist on that. That's kind of held it up a little bit. I want to do some finishing touches to that. And then I think that will also be finalized. I wanted to have that out in the beginning of the summer, but that shit the bed. So I'm hoping to get that out before the holiday season. Maybe just offer it as like 99 cents or maybe even free, based on maybe we do a giveaway or something for the podcast, for the site. Just something cool and fun to share with the D&D community. Something I've been working on, and is actually in the one medieval fantasy novel I'm writing is incorporated into that. So it'll be kind of cool. It's a neat concept.
Very cool. Very cool. So we'll look forward to that to the end of the year. So 2 projects out for you for the end of the year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not too bad.
So I'm always talking to Neil about stuff, and we're supposed to have a page set up for the coffee. It's still not quite ready.
Is Neil on listening?
No, Neil's not on. Actually, Neil's in the path of the hurricane, apparently. So he's battening down the hatches, so I don't want to bother him too much.
Is he hiding in his basement, clutching his coffee?
I hope so. I mean, I still have a bag left, but I'm gonna have to make an order soon. Hopefully, it doesn't blow his roaster away.
You're really filling up the sandbags and shit. What's the status on that fucking thing?
It's huge. It's bearing down on Florida, and it's gonna be really fucking bad.
That's what you said. I don't understand why they give these hurricanes like these pussy ass names.
I guess it's just like a random name generator, right? I mean, it's almost like, building a D&D character, I guess.
Yes. I don't know. It's just like how they name cars these days.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous names. But anyway, yeah, hopefully this Hurricane Irma is kind of like loses its force once it hits land and everyone's safe.
Yeah, hopefully. And then there's another one behind it, Jose. So Florida's in for a little bit of a rough go. So we got keep those people that we know personally, and Florida as a whole, keep them in your thoughts. And
they need to give them like D&D name, monster like Hurricane Beelzebub or like because then people would get the fuck out of the way of that thing long before it came around.
Maybe. I saw a video. The 95, I guess, is going north both ways. Was packed full of cars, people trying to get out of there. And my ex-wife's grandparents live down there, and they're in an evacuation zone, and they're like, "Fuck it, we're staying. We don't care."
Nice. Ride out the storm.
God.
I just say ride out that storm.
Yeah. Tony said Hurricane Night Blood Dagger.
There you go. See, because then you'd be that's it's appropriate. It's
appropriate. Like, fuck, that's some serious shit. Let's get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd be more inclined to flee a lot faster.
Well, they won't get like Sharknadoes that spin off from that. They'll get like Gatornadoes.
Probably fucking armadillos and shit flying in.
Everybody's pet boa constrictors that they let loose in the Everglades that are now like 30 feet long.
Yeah, they're like 4 counties over.
Yeah.
From someone's fucking charcoal grill.
Yeah, but that's a bad deal. So I mean, you joke around because what are you gonna do? I mean, it's coming, it's coming. You hope people get out that are gonna be in the way, and hope people are gonna be safe that are gonna still be there. But
Yeah,
they're in for a hell of a time coming up, and Pete's down there too. So
Peter Bear. I talked to him. He says it was supposed to be like it was downgraded to like level 3 or something.
oh, did it?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a couple days ago. I'm gonna text him again and find out how he's doing.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully they're gonna be all right down there. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. I mean, we just wanted to, hey, we're not going anywhere. We got, stuff in the works. We're working on a couple of different projects. We're, looking to expand and do the video reviews. Vince got a couple of, print projects that are coming out that will, probably, slap the Legends moniker on. We'll imprint for that.
Absolutely.
So we'll move us more into the realm of publishing, sort of, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
It would be crazy to start a small press publisher, although it's not like I haven't thought about that. I don't think we're there yet. I don't know that we would ever be there yet, but
I gotta look at a few things first.
Yeah, babies. Unlike Vince, I got to work on 14 projects all at one time because as soon as something else kind of like pops into my brain, I'm like, this is good.
See, you do it too, so shut up.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, it makes us both stupid.
We're both dumbasses.
But yeah, we're hope that you're enjoying it. Obviously reviews on iTunes and your podcatcher of choice are super helpful for us. Let
me interject. Is anyone leaving any iTunes reviews?
We got another one the other day, which I think just said great show. I can
pull 2
up real quick. So that would be 2 on iTunes.
All right. Well, whoever said great show, we appreciate that. Thank you. That's John does a wonderful job editing and doing most of the research for our interviews. So kudos and props to Mr. Haremza here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Credit where credit is due. And for those who are listening, who are avid listeners, who are fans, all 12 of you. That means 10 of you have not left a review for us, and I'm very dismayed. I'm over here in New Jersey, dismayed, and that's not good. It's not good to be dismayed before one goes to bed. It messes with digestion, and can sometimes be the result of a
glass of wine.
There you go. Well, I had some hard root beer earlier, not your father's.
But, how would it be my father's? He's fucking Arizona. You're in New Jersey.
I don't know. Well, fuck that. Yeah. But if you're one of the 10 that have not left a review, please make us undismayed and go leave us a review. We'd love it. It helps in the search engine algorithm to find us. It gives us legitimacy and makes us happy. So happy that you can't see it now, but John is touching his swimsuit area.
I actually have a cat on my lap right now.
got a pussy in his lap, and shouldn't we all? But yeah, I'm touching my swimsuit area.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. I'm rubbing. Yes. So make me undismayed. Go ahead and leave us a review. We appreciate the 2 people that have out of the dozen, and you other 10 need to get on the ball. Get off your lazy asses. Stop watching Walking Dead or whatever it is you kids are watching these days.
It's on hiatus right now.
Is it on hiatus? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck that
October.
Show. Yeah, fuck that show. I'm waiting for Stranger Things.
I haven't seen it.
What the fuck? All right, that's blasphemy. You need to really, really watch. Just sign up for the free fucking Netflix for a month to trial. Watch Stranger Things and then dump it.
Actually, my kid's boyfriend has Netflix, so we have his password.
Well, watch it.
I still haven't watched it yet.
You're gonna like it. It's kind of like what I told you about Guardians of the Galaxy. You were holding out for that one, and finally,
it was okay.
Oh, shut up!
I'll give you it was okay.
You got the dick message.
Yeah. So the other review is really fun, awesome show by Alien Tropy. So thank you for that. That's awesome. I appreciate that.
We do. We're very undismayed over that.
So yeah, that's about all we have for tonight. We want to, thank you for checking us out. Thank you for leaving the reviews. The couple of you that have done so. Shout out to Jeremy and Skyjamming20. They're not in tonight, but and Jeremy, we haven't seen you in a while, buddy. You got to come back to us.
What the Jeremy?
I don't want to say something that turned, but like Jeremy started a Twitter just to break my balls because we didn't record one night. So
wow, that's a fan.
And that's the cool thing, right? So even if there's and Tom used to hang out quite a bit before he got his new job and all. So just to have someone that looks forward to doing, listening to a thing that we're doing is it's super cool. Even if it's 3 people, that's 3 people that are that's awesome. And I like what you're doing. There's so many options. It's it's pissing into the ocean now. Right. So even doing the video game reviews, there's a million people who do video game reviews. So it's not like it's going to stand out in the sea of, video games or
game reviews.
Yeah. And it's not like I'm going to go out and get the new hotness. I mean, there's people that, will order games directly from China so they can be the first one to get a review up on the thing. Because how many video game reviews are you going to watch, right? I might watch 2, I might watch part of a third.
Nobody cares about that shit.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to play a game, I go to YouTube. No. As soon as before I purchase, I go to YouTube.
No, I'm talking about the video games.
Oh, no, I keep saying video games. Video reviews.
Stop saying that.
So yeah, but it's, again, if somebody happens to find it and someone, wants to check it out and that provides some kind of service, then, it's worth the work that you put in. And I'm happy to do it. And, we'll see what happens. Maybe that'll be more successful than the podcast, and maybe we'll end up just doing video reviews all the time. Who the hell knows? I love playing games, so that's clearly not going to happen. But you never know. You never know. But yeah, so we just want to give a quick update. We're working on a bunch of stuff, and the podcasts are going to keep rolling. See, again, the format maybe changing a little bit. We've culled a few people from the network. We're tightening things up a little bit. We're trying to get lean and mean, I guess you could say. The network never has functioned absolutely as I thought that it might. But it has brought good people to us and people that, I'm happy to call friends. So, I mean, it's definitely been a worthwhile venture in that regard. And I'm glad that we have that. So, that's about it. And I guess we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for checking it out. And we will see you. Leah has an interview on Tuesday with Anya Martin. So be sure you check that out. And we've got Douglas Wynn coming on the 20th. And the last week of the month, I'll probably throw up another one of those. Are you still in? You're in right now.
The hell are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking to Tanya. I should really be typing in the chat, but I'm really just talking on air. So I'll probably have to edit most of this out. Oh, yeah, on the network. Of course you guys are on the network. You're the OG Nerdbound fucking... Yeah, man, you're all in.
Word.
So yeah, thanks for checking us out. We have check out the calendar on the website. We've got all the current things posted on there. Just ask Jeremy, he'll tell you, because if we don't record, he'll be all worked up about it. So thanks everybody, and we'll check you out next time.
Later.